It's been widely known that Derrick Henry is the best running back in the NFL. I mean, it's just facts at this point. We all know it. We all know it. You know, we just kind of have, we've accepted that he is the king as of now. And okay, it's expected. Yes, of course. Now, being a Vikings fan, there's a couple things I have to start by saying. I know a lot of Vikings fans are going to be mad at me for saying that because Dalvin Cook is, in my mind, he is spectacular. But I'm paraphrasing when I say Vikings fans. Oh well, Dalvin Cook catches the football, and Derrick Henry doesn't. He doesn't need to. He doesn't need to. But at the end of the day, Derrick Henry is the man, and Vikings fans can't even deny it anymore. I mean, I know that Derrick Henry has a fraction of the catches that Dalvin Cook has, but Dalvin Cook has a fraction of the yards that Derrick Henry has. He almost has half the yards. We talk about 3,600 for Dalvin Cook, and then Derrick Henry with almost 6,000 at 5,860. Okay, so for me, I understand that when you compare these two running backs, are really not try to compare these guys, but look at them. You look at Derrick Henry, who's been in the NFL 5 years now, and you look at Dalvin Cook, who's been in the NFL for 4 years. Okay. But at the end of the day, Vikings fans, we have to be real. Derrick Henry is the king. He's the best running back in the NFL right now. And we're going to get into why he's the king, but for how much longer in a second. But make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. Greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten. I had to raise the question, though, with his dominance, with how he is, and how he has been in the NFL. And again, I have to apologize for going off topic and talking about Derrick Henry, but I had to address my Vikings fan base, even though I love Dalvin Cook. The question to me is, how long can Derrick Henry be the king? Well, let's do a deeper dive. When we consider the fact that running backs like Adrian Peterson and Emmitt Smith in their first couple of years in the NFL, we talk about Adrian Peterson in terms of carry usage. 238, 363, 314. Wow. We're talking about a guy that got the ball, almost 900, 1,000 times in his first 3 years? Let's go over to Emmitt Smith. We're the best running backs to ever do it. I said one of. 241, 365, and 373. Most carries, look at those three running backs, just an immense amount of carries. Let's look at Derrick Henry's workload. Okay, first 3 years in the NFL are 110, 176, and 215. Those are his rush attempts. I'm referring to rush attempts in this. So we're talking about a guy that has a fraction of the carries through his first 3 years in the NFL, has a fraction of the workload on his legs, and is now starting to just find his way in the NFL. Man, Derrick Henry is 27 years old right now, and I fully expect this man to keep going for at least, by the way, has been active in all but only in his 5 years, through 60 games that he could possibly be active for the regular season. He's been active for 78 of those. I'm pretty sure he's played in every single, 78 out of those 80. That's pretty incredible. Adrian Peterson, as much as I love him, he actually was, for his first couple of years in the NFL, he was actually, relatively durable, but actually very durable. But point is this. Derrick Henry, through his first 3 years in the NFL, got a fraction of the carries that the likes of old workhorse running backs like Adrian Peterson or Emmitt Smith did. And because of that, because of his passing game, how good his passing game is, I don't think he has near the stress on his body, near the pounding, near the abuse that honestly these running backs take, because it's the hardest position to play in the NFL in terms of what your body takes. Not, obviously hardest is quarterback and then probably corner, and then after that it's kind of a wide open show. But point is this. In terms of how badly these running backs get beat sometimes. Now, Derrick Henry doesn't get beat. It's Derrick Henry. But point is this. At the end of the day, it all comes down to how long you can stay in the NFL and give out punishment, yes, but at the same time, find a way to almost take that down a notch. And that really elongates a lot of these careers. And Derrick Henry has a fraction of the carries that a lot of running backs did. A lot of bell cow, first team, all pro, those running backs did. And now through these last 2 years, and we'll talk about a guy that's had over 681 carries, over 1,500 yards, and 33 touchdowns. Okay, now he's starting to get the workload. But because of the workload that this man had through the first 3 years of his career, when he was behind DeMarco Murray and split carries with him in his second season, then finally burst on the scene, had over 1,000 yards his third year. But Derrick Henry could be the king for a very long time, and I expect him to be, because he's only 27. He doesn't have near as much tread on the tires as AP or it's Emmitt Smith guys did. And at the end of the day, when we talk about these top backs, he is not like most running backs. We've also kind of just known that. I mean, when we talk about some of the best running backs to ever do it, Adrian Peterson is certainly in the conversation. Emmitt Smith. There's a plethora of other running backs. I mean, there's so many other ones. Deion Sanders. I mean, it goes. Barry Sanders, not Deion Sanders. What am I thinking? But at the end of the day, what we're going to remember Derrick Henry for is his sheer dominance and the way that he played the game, the way that he physically manhandled people. That's what we're going to remember Derrick Henry for. So I think Derrick Henry, in conclusion, is going to be the king for at least 3 more seasons. And when I say the king, I'm talking 1,500-yard seasons. I expect him to be, I think he's going to be in the conversation for one of the greats, especially with how he plays the game. And I expect him to get that 250 to 300 carry workload, who, by the way, Derrick Henry averages over 5 yards per carry, by the way. So let's keep that in mind. But I'm excited to see what the king continues to do, at least for the next 3 seasons, because once running backs hit that age 30, things get a little interesting. But at the end of the day, Derrick Henry, man, he is going to be the king for at least the next 3 seasons. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. For those of you that are watching, make sure you guys lightly tap the like button. Watching us on YouTube, that is, make sure you guys lightly tap it. We would greatly appreciate it. We appreciate all you guys. You guys are truly awesome. Make sure you guys also give us a listen on iTunes, as well as remember to subscribe there. Check out our website at thesportsbreedpodcast.com. And in the description, we always leave every single Twitter and Facebook handle that you can think of, as well as our email if you'd like to submit anything for us to take a look at, or any things you would like us to cover. Our email is thesportsbp@yahoo.com. But with that, go out, have a great night, and appreciate the king for as long as we can.